and the Nashoba Chieftains. Starting offensively for the Blue Knights. At left end, number 9, Jim Carey. Left tackle, number 79, Lee Plank. Left guard, number 62, Eric Saranovitz. The center is number 56, Bob Tower. The right guard is number 65, Dan LaRoche. The right tackle, number 74, Steve Boone. The right end, number 84, Bob Doty. The quarterback is number 11, Scott Johnson. At halfback, number 26, Bob Truax. The fullback, number 24, Brian Doty. The other running back, number 23, Joe D'Antonis. The head coach, Walt Dubzinski, his staff, and the rest of the Blue Knights. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Nashoba Chieftains. At left end, number 81, Bob Fromer. At left tackle, number 70, Scott Webster. The left guard is number 63, Tom Ryan. The center, number 52, John Molaski. The right guard, number 78, Mike Brandenberger. The right tackle, number 73, Doug D'Olimpio. The right end, number 82, Steve Trundle. The quarterback is number 21, Matt Easley. At halfback, number 30, Peter Baccoon. The other halfback, number 35, Dave Kubik. The fullback is number 27, Danny White. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Ken Tucker, his staff, and the rest of the Nashoba Chieftains.
Probably a little warmer in the field.
Just those of us sitting around here.
This is one of the days I think like being up here.
Well, I get a little bit out of the wind. The other side of the field is really cold right now.
Nashoba will receive. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand and join Mr. Sal Parator and the Nashoba Regional High School Marching Band, the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials of today's ball game, the referee is Mr. Burfield, the linesman is Mr. Farley, the field judge is Mr. Moran, the umpire is Mr. Tarkanarian, and Mr. Joyce is going to be the clock official. Back to you, Steve. That's still corner up the left sideline. He gets it all the way out close to the 45-yard line. Keepers go to rep first and 10. That's a 34-yard kickoff return. Hand off to Danny White. Goes over the left side. He's down across midfield about the 49-yard line. Number 70, Bruce Nash with the tackle. Gain of 6 will bring up 2nd and 4. Danny White again, met on the right side. The 28, Kevin King, call it no gain. That's Danny White again, close to a first down. He was inside the 45-yard line. Number 10, Mansfield with the tackle. It is a first down. Ball is fumbled, and number 74, that's Boone. Johnson handing out to Truax. Truax down the right side. Dave Kubik knocks him out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. It is a first down. Give it off to Truax again, tries to stay whole. Picks up a couple, maybe 3. .45 marks easily, and Mark shuffles on the stop. Truax around the left side, he's tripped up over there.
Hey, mister! Are you Lunenburg?
I'm filming it for Lunenburg.
What's that?
I'm Lancaster and I'm filming it for Lunenburg.
Give me some identification, right here. Give me some identification. He's got 16 years up there.
I'm filming it for Lunenburg. Several occurrences that happened
in the middle of the line. He'll be close to a first down. Matt Suffers is there again, number 71. It is just short of a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1. On the...
All I know is they asked me if I don't, they have that family night or something for all the I'll go over there if you want. Yeah, I'll move over there. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll let him have it. This guy's... Do you want me to go ahead and move it? Yes, I do. I don't want to make any problems.
It is a first down. The ball is on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. That's again, I thought he stripped up this time, though. That's number 12, John Shapiro, stripping him up after a short game. Picked up a yard.
That's the area right there. Right now we've got 2 more ones that's on. You get Monday and you get this. Sunday, Monday.
Johnson passing deep downfield. Pass is incomplete. Number 24. Johnny with the intended receiver. He's coming out there by number 24. That's corner. Bring up 3rd and 9. Johnson throws out the flat to Kulak. He's down the left side. He is tripped up inside the 10-yard line. Looks like Cubic, number 35, will save the touchdown.
And he didn't block on the tune at all, just took right off out there. He didn't block on the tune.
Looks like 1st and goal, the ball just inside the 10-yard line. That's Doty, number 24, tries the right side. Picks up a couple. Jackson is there, one with Danny Wright, number 27. They give it to Kulak on the left side. He's knocked down by a lot of people over there. Scott Webster's there. And Shuffles. Peter McCoon is rolling on the play. Down close to the goal line, about the 2-yard line, to bring up 3rd. Call at 1 for the touchdown. They give it to Kulak, touchdown. Kulak up, left tackle, touchdown.
Yes, they did. Yep.
Number 9, Carey, Lining up to kick the extra point. Quarterback Scott Johnson will hold. Kick down, it's up, it's good. After Steve Wood's fumble recovery, 56 yards in 11 plays in scoring drive.
I can tell you how I can forget it. Hey, you know how I can forget it? Hang on right on this and pull it me.
Collar and Kubrick deep again for the Chiefs. Trying to get to the sideline. He slowed down and then tackled. Slowed down by number 65. Fran McNamara. Ball just short of the Chieftain 35-yard line. Hand it off to Kubrick. You've got someone around the left side. Gets it over the 40-yard. Ball moving, flags down. Illegal procedure against Lunenburg. That should give the Chieftain enough for a first down. Here's procedure, just a good night, and here's the first down. There's the Kubrick, who gets it on the left side, gets a nice running. Running close to another first down, a close to a 10-yard run for Kubrick, number 35. Mansfield and Carey making the stop. It is a first down. Down on the nice 42-yard line. Gonna give it to Kubrick again. He gets the one, he gets the point. He's down inside the 30-yard line. Carey makes another tackle. That's close to another 10-yard run for Kubrick. Kubrick tries the right side. There's a flag down. Kubrick gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Cutter on the stop from the 36. It is an illegal motion against the Chieftain. That'll back it up 5 yards. Bring it out to the 34-yard line. Where we'll stay first and 15. It's easy. There's a mix-up back here. Ball is on the ground. Looks as though the Chieftains recovered it. It's going to bring up second and 15. That was number 70, Scott West, who came up with the loose ball. They give it to Kubrick around the left side again. He's just some people here. He's down inside the 25-yard line, close to the 24. on the tackle along with Bruce Nash. The third down and about 5. He's going to throw on the fly. He's got number 82. That's Trumbull. If he goes to the first down, he is down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And it is a first down. That's a 7-yard gain.
See, he rolled out fast.
First pass of the ball game is complete from Easley to Trumbull with 1:13 to go in the first quarter. They give it to Kubrick. He is down close to the 10-yard line, call it the 11. Joey on the stop. About a 4-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 6. Easy, they give it off inside. Just over midfield. Kubrick gets him in on the side, down the sideline. Gary gets him, but he doesn't get him until Kubrick gets down to the 33-yard line. There are flags down, however, close to midfield. Onside against Lunenburg, that will be declined. So Kubrick will take the run. So it's a good for a first down. There are still 8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
It took 84 out.
Let's see. 25-yard line. King, number 28, with the tackle, and that's the end of the first quarter. They give it to Cubic on the left side, not much, maybe a couple. 79 flank with the tackle.
Yeah, they just switched back.
We'll bring up third down in about a yard. That's Johnson who got him out there, but Cubic with good yards picks up the first down. He's down close to the 15-yard line. It'll be first down.
He got out of book this week.
Give it off inside to Danny White. He bowls his way for some yardage. Little Hill and Nash with the tackle. So White got it down inside the 15-yard line. Gain of about 3. Fullback again on the left side with some yardage. Ball inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3. Back easily.
Like a 6'5" or more.
He'll be close to a fourth down.
Something like a slant over the middle, fitting in slant.
Officials want to take time out to measure.
They've got everybody up there.
First down. It's first down. It'll be first and goal from the 7-yard line.
I'd say about the 6 or 7.
Give it to Kubick again.
How about the 1?
Mansfield kept him from getting in. He's down to about the, like the 1 or the 2-yard line. Call it the 2-yard line. It is offside against Lunenburg. Touchdown. It's up. Jimmy David, number 20, in the kickoff. Truax, center deep for the Blue Knights. Mansfield and Doty's up there with him. It stabs it down to Truax. Truax up the middle of the field. He's got a little bit of room. That was key to the clearance. Making the pass up. Truax got it just outside the 30-yard line, past the 31. The Blue Knights will go to work from there, 1st and 10. Truax with a 15-yard kickoff return. That is Dr. Olympion who just flattened Truax.
Kenny, on that last drive,
So that's about
2
yards.
6-5 or like a 7 or 8 man line, if they had all their guys up within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Well, they had nobody covering over the middle. The fantastic tight end was wide open.
Johnson back to pass. It is incomplete. Got the ball finally out of bounds. That's number 84. That's Jody.
I'm gonna watch screen again. Watch screen. Kenny, remember you got a lot of wind here if Pete wants to go for block instead of by return.
That's Ian Torres with the carry. Picks up about 5 yards. Danny White and Dick Turner combining on the tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. By a 4th and 8. So Doty is back in punt formation. Connor and two. Doty's in punt formation. Gets it off. It's going to be. We're going to let it roll. It's going to be down close to the 30-yard line, probably the 31. Redskins will take over first and 10 on the 31-yard line. The 37-yard punt, no run back. Gilbert again picks up maybe a yard or two. Mansfield and Callaway in on the stop.
See those feet, you got a lot more separation there.
Gets it out past the 35-yard line to the 36. Truax from the 26 with the stop. Bring up third down. For 3rd and 5. Just inside 4 minutes to go in the half. Put it across the middle into a Blast out incomplete. Being trouble. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 5.
Kenny. Hey, Kenny. I'm at 53.
Shuffles in punt formation. Shuffles gets it off. Johnson's going to catch it at about the 38-yard line where they'll be able to work. The 24-yard punt to double with no run back.
Screen formation.
Quick counter, Dean Thomas, who gets very little. He runs into Mark Shepard, number 71, who brings him down after the gain of a couple of yards. Dick Turner, number 25, there to help out as well. Call a game of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. That's number 10, Mansfield. He's got some room. He's down the right sideline. Cuts back, picks up the block. He is down close to the 15-yard line. White and Shuffle finally caught up with him, but not until he got down to... They give it to Truax. He's banged down over there. Mark Easley, number 45. Danny Rice slowed him up. Ball gets just inside the 15-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ian Thomas might have got it back to the line of scrimmage. Saw Webster and White again combining on the tackle. They had to move them out and they'll call it no game. We'll bring up 3rd and 8 with less than a minute and a half to go.
Watch the screen again, Kenny. Screen.
Watch the pass!
Well, Webster is there. Jackson is there. Shuffles, the window, they're all there. Another play with no game, maybe a small loss. He's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and 8. Fourth down. Johnson throws it. Accepted out there by number 45, Mark Easley. Runner is inside the 5-yard line.
They only had 2 guys way out there. Doty was a tight end, wasn't he? I think, pretty sure he's on this side. He was on this side. It looked like we didn't have a safety over the middle to cover him on a slant pass. Got an injury on the side.
Number 11, the injured player for the Blue Knights. Number 11 is up again. So hopefully he's okay. So the ball to the 4-yard line, 20 seconds to go in the half. The Chiefs maintained possession. The ball was on the ground. Easily covered. Schubert gets it out to the 10-yard line. The clock continues to run. 5 seconds. And that's going to score.
They're overloaded right. They're overloaded right. The whole
Looks like Dick Turner is the tackle there. The Chiefs is down on the field. And with Todd Kruger's on the tackle, correction.
And go. Go to that knock section. You said you weren't going to Saturday morning.
Well, the Lunenburg first and 10. Danny White, the injured player, but he's up and coming off the field.
Okay,
So
all
we're
set.
going to go to work from their own 34-yard line.
Hey, Doty's not in there against any fullback.
They give it to Truax, who fights his way across right tackle for a couple. The Number 64 is over there. That's Bradford. Olympio's there as well. Gain of 2 yards to bring up
Kenny, he's
second and
standing on
8.
the sideline, so I don't know what's wrong with him.
They give it off to number 10. That's Mansfield, who picks up yardage close to the first down. And the officials will call timeout. Take a close look at this. It is ball is close to a first down. Looks to be about a foot short. That'll bring up third down and less than a yard. That looks like Truax again, getting the ball across midfield. There was Truax. 71 is not shuffled, making the stop, but it is good for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain. Broadway is on about the 49-yard line of the Chieftains. They gotta give it to Truax to get up the middle. Down close to the 45-yard outside the 15-yard line to about the 16.
Kenny, we don't have good outside pressure from the halfback.
It's about a 6 or 7-yard loss. It's going to bring up second and goal from there.
Going back right. You can tell by the split of the 23 whether it's one way or the other. If he split out
Stuck in the alley, he did not get the first down. He got it inside the 15-yard line. Olympio was over there with a tackle. And Cicero as well, number 12. Just inside the 15-yard line. Then is 3. It's going to be about 15 yards for a touchdown. Third goal.
Watch the reverse going back the other side.
Johnson looking to throw. Throws it into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown. Number 84, Bob Brody. Number 9, Jim Terry, the extra point. Quarterback Johnson will hold. The kick is good. So with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, high ball game. drive went 66 yards and 14 plays for the Blue Knights.
Steve, which way are you going? Steve, what are we doing?
As Doyle is going to take it down to Kubrick, who's got it on about the 20-yard line. Looks like a little off on the left side. He's got some room. He is down into the Blue Knight territory at the 45-yard line. It's not inside the 45-yard line. And the kicker Doyle makes the backup. And the Lunenburg player down.
Hey, Pete. Pete, that's the backup fullback now. The other guy, Doty, supposedly has a bad shoulder. Left side, eh? Yep.
Way to hit D! Way to hit guys! You're looking good!
That's Terry Mansfield, number 10, is getting up and going off the field. That was a 45-yard kickoff return by Dave Kubrick. The Chiefs will go with first and 10 from the 44-yard line. Easy throw down the flat. It is kicked off out there by number 11. That's Johnson. About the 26-yard line.
Hey, Kenny. He was beaten. He was on the throne.
That's Truax, tried the right side, a very little, maybe a yard or two. Filippo and Shannon are all combining on the tackle. Gain of about a yard, bring up second and 9.
Hey, Eddie. Can't hasn't played yet. I've called him out about 7 times.
That's Mansfield, number 10. Carter and Shuffles on the tackle. They get it outside the 30-yard line to the 31. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Here's T.A. Carter. He's down around the left side, down the left sideline. He's down to the 36-yard line. Carter and Easley get away to knock him out of bounds, but he is down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10. The 23-yard gain to Deanna Turner. They're going to give it to Mansfield, number 10. Webster, Bradford, and Shuffles combining to make the stop. Mansfield gets it inside the 35-yard line for gain of 3, bring up 2nd and 7. We're inside a minute to go in the third quarter. Johnson's flipping it out here to 84. We have a flag down. Bob Doty, number 84, with the half the seconds. There is a flag down about the original line of scrimmage. There is a flag down. The 5-yard penalty. It is an ineligible receiver downfield from Blue Knight. That's 5 yards and lots of down. That brings the ball back to the 39-yard line.
And one back there.
Johnson looking at throws it out, gets Doty again. Doty down inside the 35-yard line. We're lucky enough for a first down. Mark easily over there to knock him out of bounds. Time running out now in the third quarter. And the Chiefs are going to take time out here with 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the score is still tied at 14. When play resumes, the Blue Knights will have it 4th and 6. The ball on about the 34-yard line. Take this opportunity to remind everyone again of the soccer games coming up. Silver Girls will be playing in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. The boys will be playing in the Division I semifinal Monday night at Clovis Field in Worcester.
Kenny, I forget what I was going to say. Right. Oh yeah, they had 4 receivers that time.
And now Lunenburg wants to take time out.
Hey, you want the thing back in there? Puts more pressure on it.
He'll be down close to the first down. We'll have to wait and see where the spot is. He's getting down close to the 25-yard line. That's the end of the quarter. So the Chiefs will go to work first and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Give it to Kubik.
On the left side, Keith, they went down
He
inside.
bands it out close to the 35-yard line.
Feet left
The
side,
gain
is
of
still wide
about
open. The tackle
6.
on the inside charge.
We'll bring up second down and 4. That run put Kubik over the 100-yard mark for the game, second time this season for Kubik. Give it to Kubik again for very little.
Strike.
Bob Doty, number 84, there for the Blue Knights. Gain of 11 yards, call it 3rd and 3. They gave it to Phil Carter, number 24, who got it outside the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Jim Kelly made the tackle on Carter, but not until he had the first down. Ball on the 41-yard line. Here's Danny Wright. He's stopped by number 36.
They didn't make any adjustments that time, Pete. They were setting that defense to just
Middle linebacker coming over to make the stop. Gain of about 4 yards. Between second and 7 on a 3-yard gain. White got down. Danny White. A nice run. Gets it across 15. He gets it across the 45-yard line. We'll wait and see what the flags are all about. Outside again, Lunenburg declined. They're going to be first down. It's about the 44-yard line of the Blue Knights. The Chieftains with 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the ball game. Have a first and 10. The 12-yard gain for Danny White in that last play. Pushing out the corner to the 24, and he is blasted there. That's Mansfield, number 10, coming up to make the stop. Will be a loss on the play.
That was a safety.
Loss of a couple. Mansfield coming up from the safety spot to make the tackle. Ball rolled around, but Eason got it back. So it looked like a loss of a yard or two there. That's going to bring up third down and 13 to go. Ball is on the 48-yard line. Third 13. Center John Molaski brings him out. Handoff goes to number 30. It looks like Peter Bacone. He gets about half of it to the 41-yard line.
We got
Jody 84 with the tackle. That'll bring up fourth down. Ball that looks to be about 7 or 8 yards. Jumbo with his punt formation. Johnson is carried back. It's a short snap. They give it to Danny White. He didn't get it. He got it back to about the 40-yard line. And the Blue Knights will take over there, first and 10 on their own 41-yard line. They flip it out to Kulak, who stumbles, got put back and all the way to the 45-yard line. But they gain of about 5 yards. Mark Easy, number 45, coming over to stop him. Bring up 2nd and 5. They're going to give it to Kulak, trying to get at D. Antonis, who he's down close to midfield, about the 47-yard line. He's short of the first down. They shoot it from the 35, came over to make a stop. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3. They give it to Kulak. He gets up over midfield. He'll be close. We'll wait and see here. Eagle and Olympia, the officials want to measure this.
Hey, Kenny.
The ball is just in the Chieftain territory. First down. The Blue Knights get the first down. back into fugitive territory. The first and 10 for the Blue Knights. It comes down now towards 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Tie score. They give it to Mansfield, number 10. He's down to the 45-yard line, gain of about 5. Webster, White, and Max easily there to stop him. They give it to Kulak right up the gut. He's down inside the 40. He'll be close to a first down. White and Shuffler combine on the tackle. Scott Webster and Mike Bradford as well. We'll bring a third down in a yard. The ball right on the 40-yard line. They get the quarterback. Good, good collision. We'll wait to see here. Just a lefty on the right. They dug in tight there. The ball is right on the 40-yard line, and the official wants to take a look at it. And the Blue Knights want to call timeout with first down. Call it no game. No gain on the play. We're bringing up fourth down every yard.
Kenny. Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
Looks to be about the length of a football to get the first down. They give it to Kulak. He's got it. He's got the first down. Mark easily made the tackle. Kulak punched his way through, got it down to about the 36-yard line. So it'll be first and 10. There are 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
Get the ball back! Get the ball!
They give it to number 10, that's Mansfield, tries to get the ball and gets tripped up over there. That looks like number 25, Dick Turner, got him right on the ankle just as he got to the corner. Mansfield, number 10, down on the field again.
Kenny.
Mansfield picked up 3 before it fell down.
Doty's not able to play, so now
25, Dick Turner with the stop.
Hey, we didn't have anybody on the corner that time. He had got 3.
Ali has your sheet.
Looking forward to Thanksgiving Day. The Chieftains will be playing at home here against the Littleton Tigers. That's kickoff at 10:15 on Thanksgiving Day. That's Mansfield, number 10. He's getting some help off the field. Nicely out there by number 45, that's Easley. Gain of a yard, maybe 2 yards. It looks like it's going to go to third down and about 6 to go for the first down. The ball at the 31-yard line. They give it to Kulak. He and Kenneth, I'm sorry. He's calling out there.
Good by Malasky.
And calling out there. Bring him down at about the 30. Now, that doesn't look like any gain. It's about the 31 again. Gain of a yard, I'm sorry. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 5. Minutes and change to go in the ball game. Johnson, he's going to keep it a tackle out there by number 5, Bradford. He is... The ball's going to go over. He did not get the first down. Bradford knocked him down about a yard or so short. So with a minute to go, 59 seconds to go, the Chieftains will have it 1st and 10.
Chieftains got 81 out in this half back here.
They're taking out the ball down. The ball is recovered on the 20-yard line. Give it off to Kulak up the middle, heading down close to the 15-yard line. And he has timeout. The Blue Red's going to call timeout. Dan White marks up on the tackle. The ball is at the 14-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. That's Johnson. He's going to give it up to Truax. Follows number 10, Mansfield. And we're going to have another timeout. The ball is very close to the 10-yard line. It's a first down. The ball is right on the 10-yard line, so the first and goal. Truax right up the middle again. Bangs it down close to the 8. Now we're going to stop the clock. Timeout for the Blue Knights. 25 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I think that's the last one.
Tough guys, you bring on!
That's Carey lining up to kick the field goal. He's on the 15-yard line. 25-yard kick. With 22 seconds to go. The ball will go over to Houston.
Lee, what about OT? We played, it's over at the game. There's no overtime this year?
So there are 22 seconds to go in the ball game. The Chiefs are going to take over on their 9-yard line.
They deserve to lose.
Is that 4 times? What's that, 4 times now this happened?
2 times after this. Twice in a row.
Kick is up. It is good.
Hey, that should be a penalty.
Yeah, for the team from now. Yes, there it goes.
There are 5 down. It came after the field goal.
Running into white, that's all. At the Gorillas game against Lunenburg,
the players came out on the field. Now Doyle will kick off from the 25-yard line.
Big one back.
Cubic and Connor back deep to the Truthers. There's Doyle. Cubic is there. And they're going to kneel it down when he stops the rest of the football, so the ground is good right there. That's going to be on the stadium around yard line, 1st and 10. Seven seconds in the ball game, we have a whistle.
Should still be at 14. 14, yeah, where it was, 14.
We'll reset the part. The clock should be 14 seconds. There are 5 down. It is offside against Lunenburg. First and 5. Easy. Incomplete. That was intended for number 45, Mark Easley. Gonna throw it back. They killed it. It's got the move on the sideline.
Okay,
Tonight, Peter Mahegan, Gene Blake, Mike Barnacle, Chronicle, the New England news magazine.
Good evening from Alumni Stadium at Boston College in the opening ceremonies of the 1984 Bay State Games.
We've got about 3,000 young amateur athletes here behind us, gathered on the field at Alumni Stadium, along with some former Olympians, 40 of them exactly. And we've got Archbishop Bernard Law, Governor Dukakis just arrived. We're honoring past Olympians as well as some of these young hopefuls. And we have a lot of parents, interested parents, looking on as well, Gene.
And I think it's only fair that because these young men and women behind us work so hard that they have such a beautiful night for this ceremony. Don't you agree?
Fabulous night. They couldn't have it better.
It really couldn't be any better. Well, this is the second annual Bay State Games, and because they're held just 2 weeks before the Summer Olympics, tonight's opening ceremony is a tribute to Massachusetts Olympians. New England will be well represented in the Summer Olympics as the U.S. Olympic team goes before some of the stiffest competition it's ever faced. Here's what to watch out for.
Just a year ago, 9,700 American athletes were competing for only 592 positions or berths on the various U.S. teams. Of all the Americans who made a team, the attention-getter hands down has been track and field star Carl Lewis. Currently considered the world's best long jumper, he also holds American records in the 200 and 100 meters. Lewis's personal goal at the Olympics will be to match the quadruple gold medal performance of an American running legend, that of Jesse Owens back in 1936.
I have an inner desire to be the best, not to be the best in the world, but to be the best I can be.
Close at the heels of Lewis's athletic stardom is trackmate Edwin Moses, this decade's dominant 400-meter hurdler, who Life magazine called the poet laureate of motion. Known for his economic 13-stride run between each hurdle, his talent has added up to 102 straight victories. Edwin Moses knows what it takes to win a gold medal. And as everyone else agrees, the only hurdling contest coming up in L.A. will be for second place. Other important U.S. contenders in this abbreviated version of Who's Who at the Olympics include Mary Decker. She's referred to quite simply as the greatest female American distance runner in history. Her runaway victory in the 3,000 meters at the Olympic trials places her in clear view of a gold medal.
I just try to put things behind me, in the back of my mind or out of my mind, and concentrate on what I'm doing.
With a physique that's been described as ideal for his sport, Greg Louganis is the man to watch for during diving competitions. He's the defending world champion in both platform and springboard diving, and has been called possibly the greatest diver of all time. In boxing, the popular name for 84 is the world's amateur welterweight champion, Mark Breland. His easygoing personal style defies the fact that 71 of his last 103 wins have been by knockout. He's lost only one bout in his career. Undoubtedly the most eagerly awaited new event of 1984 will be the women's marathon, starring New England's Joan Benoit. Suddenly in need of knee surgery only 17 days before the Olympic trials, Benoit was never expected to make the team. But the proclaimed fastest women's marathoner in the world breezed into first place and is expected to capture the gold just as easily.
I think the gold medal or any medal or just participating in the Olympics will be something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
In the most exciting upset of the Olympic trials, marathoner Pete Fitzinger of West Newton beat the expected winner and world record holder Alberto Salazar. Pete has said publicly his best hope is for a bronze, but he could also provide a breathtaking finish to this year's race. Another New Englander to keep an eye on is Jana Angelakis from Peabody. She has renewed the hope for a medal in women's fencing, which has not seen much American success in recent decades. Jana placed second on the team this year, but she was first in 1980, and she holds an unrivaled record in national and international victories. And Massachusetts will be making a major contribution to the '84 Olympic basketball team with its 7-foot center, Patrick Ewing. With only one loss in the U.S. team's 44-year history, Ewing will be needed to keep up the record. He was voted the most valuable player this year and is considered one of the most dominant players in college basketball today. Mike Plum and Karen Stives of Dover will be jumping for the gold in the equestrian 3-day event. Plum is a 5-time Olympic medal winner, and Stives a world contender. Meanwhile, Tim Daggett of West Springfield will likely be leaping for his place on the Olympic podium. He is third on the gymnastics team. His special event, the pommel horse, on which he's received 7 perfect scores over the past year and a half. If it's not the athletes you want to see, perhaps the spectacle of the Olympic ceremonies will be of interest. At the very least, Los Angeles will be putting on its best Hollywood performance. 5 years and millions of dollars in the making, the competition sites cover a 100-mile radius. Everything now is in readiness. The only question remaining is whether LA's smog problem will darken the city. Of course, some gloom has already been cast on the '84 games by the announcement of the Russian boycott. Most of the Americans are determined not to let such an absence denigrate any of their wins. But that is not to say athletes have been personally unaffected.
I know how they feel. I mean, they work hard. They work harder and longer than probably a lot of American athletes do. And it's a sad situation.
For whatever problems there have been in making the 1984 Olympics happen, and for all the fanfare that surrounds the event, at the core of these games, a very basic human drama will unfold. What will probably be remembered after the competition is over and the details have dimmed is that athletes from all corners of the earth challenged their limits, and when it really mattered, their country was there to cheer them on.
Well, one of the most poignant moments of the Winter Olympics in Sarajevo came in the final hours, and perhaps you remember these scenes.
They have not dropped off the level that they've started with. Lateral twist flip. And now pull. And their final move, a pair sit spin. Oh, how nice they have done so well. No mistake.
The skaters, of course, were Peter and Kitty Carruthers of Burlington, who won the silver medal in the figure skating competition, and they're about to be introduced. And I know you got to run here in a minute, Kitty and Peter, but let's real quickly here, let's get a chance to talk to you. It's got to have been an incredible whirl for you since Sarajevo. What kinds of things have you been up to since?
Oh, we've been so busy. We toured the whole United States. We just got back from Australia. We've joined the Ice Capades, and we start in September.
So you got a little rest now anyway, huh?
Well, we're training back in Wilmington this summer, getting ready for them.
Peter, I want to ask you about this kind of thing, the recognition of these young kids who were at a far earlier stage, of course, than you are. It's got to be a good thing, though, for these kids to have this kind of competition early on.
Well, it really does, Peter. Anything to do with athletic progress is just great. And the Bay State Games, I only wish we had it when we were younger. And sitting out here looking at all these great folks, it's a nice feeling.
And who knows, perhaps they could get something going in the Winter Games area, too, which would be good, I suppose, too, for the real young kids.
I wish they would have something like that.
And the Ice Capades is next, is that right? What's that going to involve for you now?
35 weeks of traveling straight.
Are you up for it?
I'll tell you at the end of the year, I think so. I really do.
I suppose it couldn't be any more of a grind than what you had to do, certainly preparing for the Olympics.
Well, it was really a wonderful thing, the Olympics, but it's time for us to move on. And be good professionals and continue to be better skaters, not just ride on our laurels, but continue to improve.
Okay, great to have seen you again. We're going to let you go here. I know you're going to be introduced here in just a moment. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Okay, Kitty. Kitty and Peter Carruthers of Burlington, and we'll be back with more of the ceremonies here in just a moment.
How's the show coming?
Great.
What about ticket sales?
We sent out a mailing.
Follow it up with phone calls, and you'll sell a lot more tickets.
That's brilliant.
That's telemarketing.
Good. Well, then you know we have special low group rates.
When you use telemarketing as a follow-up to a mailing, you really increase your response rate.
Come on, pick up the phone, now you're on your way to doing more business every business day.
Salon Perm?
No, Ogilvy.
Salon Perm.
No, Ogilvy.
Salon Perm?
No, Ogilvy Home Perm. Ogilvy has a special protein-enriched pre-perm conditioner. It helps put your hair in its best possible condition before perming. For a home perm that looks like a salon perm with lots of body that lasts and lasts, try Ogilvy Home Perms with protein-enriched pre-perm conditioner.
One of New England's finest seaports is alive now with its own special lure of shops, craftsmen, restaurants, and history. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, only 1 hour from Boston, is also the home of the Viking Sun. The glistening 130-foot ship cruises daily to New Hampshire's Isles of Shoals. It's rated one of New England's finest narrated tours. Rise with the gulls or capture the romance of the evening aboard the Viking Sun from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Call 603-431-5500 for reservations.
New Treetop 100% pure fruit juices.
Treetop your hike, treetop your bike, treetop your fridge, treetop your bridge.
100% pure fruit and berry, fruit and citrus, fruit and grape, fruit and apple.
Treetop your news, treetop your snooze, treetop your lunch, treetop your bunch. Hey, hey, USA, let treetop top your day.
Massachusetts athletes have been competing against one another for the past few weeks for the honor of taking part in the Bay State Games this weekend. And for the next 2 days, they'll be competing head-to-head in such sports as track and field, synchronized swimming, and basketball. These young competitors are already very fine athletes and may one day be Olympians themselves. This is the second year, as we said earlier, of the Bay State Games, and if last year's games are any indication, this could well become an institution.
Nearly 3,000 of Massachusetts' top athletes will compete this weekend in the second annual Bay State Games. Since May, over 10,000 competitors have tried out for the games. The cream of the crop has made it to this weekend's finals. The athletes range in age from 12 to 69. They'll compete in 14 sports with separate divisions for boys, girls, men, and women. All of the competitors at this level are good, some are exceptional, and a few hope to go for the gold at some future Olympics. At last year's Bay State Games, Chronicle's Mike Barnacle talked with high jumper Kyle Emery of Swampscott.
What do you hope to do with this skill? Anything?
Go to the Olympics, 1988. That's my goal.
That's what you're aiming for.
So
Tell me what you think about when you're out there on that mat, when you're leaning down and you're looking at that bar. What goes through your mind as you get ready for it, as you race for it, as you jump?
Well, I have to get psyched up because I don't concentrate on my former. I just have to get psyched up and think if I knock this meet off, that's one step closer to the bigger meets and everything.
Like the Olympics, the Bay State Games awards medals to the winners. But these games have an important purpose beyond recognizing individual achievement.
I think the opportunities presented through sports to learn things like teamwork, learn the value of somebody else's efforts, the ability to appreciate somebody else's efforts are extremely important. And I think that's another very good reason for the Bay State Games. I mean, for us to be able to present opportunities for anyone from the economically disadvantaged to people who have whatever resources they need right at their fingertips.
This is athletic competition in its purest form. There's no talk about money or commercial endorsements. It's simply a celebration of the joy of sport and the thrill of competition.
With us now is the great marathoner Johnny Kelly, who tells us he ran in the 1936 Olympics, if you can imagine that. And I know you said that you're 76 years old, and I can't believe that. You look so wonderful, and I know you're still running.
Thank you. I'm trying to. I keep in shape, and I run every day on the golf course, on the beach, and the track. And
how many miles are you putting in?
I average 45, 50 minutes to an hour. I run according to how I feel, 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, and I run every day.
John, just curious, I know to a lot of people the Boston Marathon, going out to see the marathon wouldn't be complete without seeing you come by and giving you a round of applause. And I'm just wondering, how are you finding the marathon now at your youthful age of 76? What's it like for you now?
Well, it's changed in the respect that there's 6,000 competitors, and it's grown with leaps and bounds. Years ago we had 200. And we thought that was a big field. But it's grown and grown and grown, and I hope it goes on forever. It's the greatest marathon in the world, and there's ups and downs, but they're doing a great job, and I hope that goes on. And if I'm alive on 85 and they let me in, I'll be there.
Great. It's got to be gratifying for you, John, to come out here and see all these young athletes who are being honored like this by the people of the Commonwealth.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing for the youth to see the former Olympians, including me and the 100 other former Olympians on the stand there, so the young people of the state can see what they can look up to and what they can achieve as they grow older, you know.
Now, John,
it's a great thing all around for the state and for the city and for everybody concerned.
As a three-time Olympian, I wonder what some of your perhaps your fondest memories of the Olympic Games in which you competed might be, John.
Well, I never won any medals in the Olympics, but my fondest memories are that I feel it was a great honor to represent my country, and I did the very best I could, both in Berlin and both in London. And I just was thrilled with the fact that I was able to represent my country.
Who's your pick this time out in L.A.?
Well, it's a gamble. I hope one of the three Americans wins it. I'm an American. I'm rooting for American victory.
Well, we'll all be rooting for him, Johnny, and thank you for joining us tonight on this special night.
Thank you.
Great to see you, John.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll be looking for you next April again.
I hope so.
Okay. Johnny Kelly, the elder, here as the Bay State Games continue. They just introduced the Celtics a little while ago, and M.L. Carr and Gerald Henderson got a standing ovation, as did the Carruthers, whom we just talked to here just a few moments ago. And just a few moments, we're going to have a torch lighting ceremony, and we're going to bring that whole event to you, so stay with us.
Chronicle is brought to you in part by your neighborhood True Value Hardware store.
With True Value Hardware Store's Summer Value Days circular, you'll find a wide selection of values for all your summer needs. Like True Value alkaline batteries, only $1.49 a pack. Keep your lawn well watered with this Technor Apex 50-foot red hose, just $6.99. Use a Lasco 9-inch fan, only $16.99 to stay cool all summer. And control lights when you're away from home with this Intermatic timer, just $4.88 from participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Something popping up at breakfast in
these days, there just might be the latest craze. A skinny little muffin that's easy to make. Pop, there goes another toasted cake. They got a great new taste that's so much fun. They're warm and tasty on the run. Thomas says makes them so the taste is great. Pop, there goes another toasted cake. In corn, raisin bread, or blueberry, the muffins echo pop. Tasty Thomas's toasted cakes.
We want a vacation with plenty to do for everybody.
You want a vacation with plenty to do? I'll give you a vacation with plenty to do at Walt Disney World. There's the Magic Kingdom with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and all sorts of fun things. In Epcot Center, travel around the world and be part of the future in dozens of different adventures. There's a campground in Fort Wilderness, visit River Country or Discovery Island. Enjoy a night out with dinner shows from Broadway at the top to the Hoops to Review. Play tennis, golf, horseback riding, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, boating, canoeing. Enough?
Plenty. This summer, see all of Walt Disney World in Florida for a vacation with plenty to do.
When you're looking for performance, count on the high quality of Exxon gasolines. And when you buy Exxon gasoline, count on the convenience of your Exxon credit card. Or pay cash and save with Discount for Cash. Either way, when you're looking for performance and value, look to Exxon. Quality you can count on.
All right, we're going to have a torch lighting ceremony here in just a moment if it doesn't get off prematurely. And with us is Doug Arnott, who's the executive director of the Bay State Games. And you've had your hands full. And let's talk a little bit about this torch lighting ceremony. Where has the torch come from, first of all, Doug?
Well, this torch has come across the state for 4 days now, Peter. It started in Pittsfield 4 days ago and has been run by literally hundreds of kids across the state, assisted by 4 of the finest track clubs in Massachusetts. It's really a way for us to bring the games all the way across the state and bring the spirit of the games to everyone.
Okay, well, let's toss it down to Gene Blake as the torch comes into the Alumni Stadium here. Gene?
Peter, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Here it comes, being carried by members of the Boston Irish Track Club out of Medford and the Boston Track Club. And it's very exciting, and they're coming up your way.
Now, who are these young folks here, Doug, now?
Well, the athletes behind us really represent thousands of athletes from all the way across the state. The torch runners that we're watching right now, Peter, are athletes from the Greater Boston Track Club and the Irish American Track Club. The Greater Boston Track Club, as you may know, has turned out some of the finest runners in the state: Bill Rogers, Alberto Salazar. The Irish American, one of the strongest and one of the biggest track clubs in the state, tremendously helpful on events just of this sort. Now, the fellow,
now they're going to hand it off here to this gentleman, huh?
They're going to hand it off now to Albert Pelletier. Albert is a wrestler in the Bay State Games. Albert is from Thayer Academy. He was selected, Peter, from a draw of athletes. What we did is we tried to find athletes who fit the true mold of the old Olympics, the true combination of mind and body. Albert's a fine wrestler. He's also an outstanding student of Thayer Academy. He's a scholarship student there. He also is on a very special engineering study this summer at MIT. He's an exceptional athlete, an exceptional young man, and we're very proud to have him light off the Bay State Games torch.
Okay, now, after the torch is lit, the games will continue. I know you've already begun, of course. You began yesterday.
That's right, Peter. The games are going to continue for the next 3 days. We've got competition continuing today, Friday, and competition over the weekend for Saturday and Sunday: cycling, diving, gymnastics, soccer, swimming, synchronized swimming. The whole half the Olympic program really is right here.
Well, this has really got to be a great moment, not only for the young man who's carrying the torch, but certainly inspirational for these young kids as he mounts the stairs there and prepares to light the torch.
Well, Peter, that's really a whole lot of the story. The Olympics and events like this are an inspiration. They're an inspiration to us athletically. They're an inspiration to us spiritually, and I think that the games really carry that message.
Okay, let's watch. There it goes. Got to be a great moment for you, Doug.
Well, it's an awful lot of people's very hard work, Peter. Almost everyone you see that's worked in these games is a volunteer. They've put in their time selflessly. They put it in for the kids. They put it in for sport and the spirit of Massachusetts and everybody that's here tonight.
And certainly a lot of sacrifices from the folks up in the stands here, too. The folks that drove them to all these track meets, the parents.
The parents who've gotten up at 4:30 in the morning to get the kids out to swimming. The parents who have made sure that there's shoes on their feet to run and a pool for them to swim in. There's certainly a lot to be said for that.
Okay, a great moment, certainly, as we see the torch lighting ceremony here at the Bay State Games. And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
Does your family like ice cream? Well, they're gonna love you and Purity. Because for the whole of July, we're lowering the price of ice cream throughout the store. That's right. Every day in July, you'll be able to indulge yourself in your favorite ice cream at lower than basic value prices. Like Henry's Ice Cream. All flavors $1.39 a half gallon. And Seymour's Fiesta Sherbet, half gallon, 89 cents. You like ice cream? Then hurry to Purity, your basic value store.
At Simms, you'll never see this word, because Simms represents at off price over 200 world-famous designer and brand names in men's, women's, and children's clothing. There's never a reason for a sale. You can always buy men's current, nationally advertised $235 suits for $139, women's $140 designer outfits for $79. At Simms, an educated consumer is our best customer.
I'm lucky I get to work with my dad. We give people an exciting day on our ship, the Viking Sun. People make our day, and we do everything we can to make theirs.
Nature presents a grand spectacle to those aboard the Viking Sun. A perfect family trip only 1 hour from Boston. Capture the romance and excitement of the fun ship, leaving daily from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The Viking Sun. For reservations, call 603-431-5500.
You probably can't guess where you can find all this under one roof. Probably not at the stereo store at the mall. Probably not at the TV shop. Or the computer center across town. You'll find all this at Sears. That's right, Sears.
There's more for your life at Sears.
For tonight's edition of Chronicle, all weekend News Center 5 will bring you highlights of these games. And on Sunday, Channel 5 will co-sponsor the event. That will be the finale of this year's Bay State Games. That's a 6.2-mile run. It starts at the Museum of Science and ends at the Hat Shell.
We've got a lot of folks auditioning for Chronicle here. We'll be back on Monday with the first of 2 nights on the World's Fair in New Orleans. Mike Barnacle and Gene Blake will report on the excitement of this year's fair. That's starting on Monday. And good night from Boston College.
We want a vacation with plenty to do for everybody.
You want a vacation with plenty to do? I'll give you a vacation with plenty to do at Walt Disney World. There's the Magic Kingdom with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and all sorts of fun things. In Epcot Center, travel around the world and be part of the future in dozens of different adventures. There's a campground in Fort Wilderness, visit River Country or Discovery Island. Enjoy a night out with dinner shows from Broadway at the top to the Hoops to Review. Play tennis, golf, horseback riding, fishing, swimming, hiking, biking, boating, canoeing. Enough?
Plenty. This summer, see all of Walt Disney World in Florida for a vacation with plenty to do.
Burger King presents a star.
Now that I'm a star, I can't always go to Burger King. So I spend a lot of time...
Soccer competition at BU also took place at BC. It'll continue tonight until 8 o'clock. Remember, the Ceremonies opened up things at BC's Alumni Field last night. Diving took place over at Harvard today. Gymnastics going on over at Northeastern. Swimming's at MIT until 10:30 along with volleyball, while wrestling and track and field just winding up over at MIT. So action, a little bit of action for everybody and everybody and anybody at just about anywhere and everywhere.
I was just going to say, who could be unhappy with all of that?
That's right. And you just drive a mile, you know, MIT, Northeastern, BC.
How long does that go on?
That goes till tomorrow. Second annual. Yeah.
Second annual?
Yeah, it's good.
Good
It's got
event.
about, I think over 3,000 people are participating.
Terrific. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike. We're out of time. We'll be back for Nightcast at 11, and we sure hope you join us, so be there.
Hey, Jack, you want to sit in the seat for a little while?
Not at all. Not tonight. You got it, pal.
All right. I'll tell a little bit of golf. Let's talk about Salem. You know, 30 years ago, Babe Zaharias won the U.S. Open at Salem with a 4-round total of 5 over par. Now today, in 1984, the course has proved to be just as demanding. Amy Alcott and Donna White are your co-leaders after 3 rounds, both 2 over par. Now the club and course are actually both in Peabody, which is confusing enough. Alcott today had a double bogey on the 6th, but birdied 7 and set herself up for bird with this nifty approach to the 14th. No problem for Alcott. She stepped up and buried it for the bird and a tie for the lead at 1 over. Penny Paltz began the day as your co-leader, and she high-stepped her way to a 78 today, 4 shots back. Donna White moved into a tie for the lead on 16. There was some good putting today.
Oh, look at that. What a beautiful putt.
Ooh, wasn't that pretty? So Rosie Jones goes to +3.
Now, Amy Alcott needed this putt to save par on 18 and sheer the lead. She won this thing in 1980.
Spectacular today. Really, I just tried to keep the ball in play, and you know, in a U.S. Open, if you make pars, that's a good score, and you make birdies where you can. And I had really 1 lapse of concentration on the 16th hole there, and made a double bogey, which was just really a stupid error, but those things do happen.
I've been playing so well the last 6 to 8 weeks. I've just decided I'm just going to come out and enjoy it. And if I play well, I play well. If I play bad, just take it as it comes.
So it's Alcott and White atop the board. Rosie Jones is a shot back at 219, and Ayoko Okamoto is 2 shots behind the leaders. Your 1984 Mass Amateur champion is Jimmy McDermott of Fall River. He beat Jeff Sisk of Marshfield 2-1 today at the Pittsfield Country Club. Red Sox and Mariners again tonight out in Seattle. Roger Clemens against Jim Beattie. Now, we'd like to show you some of last night's game, but as you know, we can't tape games anymore for highlights, and that seems to suit the folks at Yawkey Way just fine. I suppose they just want you to close your eyes and imagine how they win or lose. Orioles don't mind having the world peek at their games, although this isn't exactly what they had in mind. Julio Cruz puts the White Sox up for the Orioles 1-0 in the 3rd inning. Tom Seaver back at Memorial Stadium for the first time since the Mets-Orioles World Series in 1969. 7 punch-outs for Seaver today. 4th inning, game tied at 1 apiece. Harold Baines, hitless in his career against Mike Flanagan, takes him deep to right. His 15th home run of the year. 2-1 White Sox lead it. Orioles 4th inning. Play of the game coming up. Kenny Singleton, the shot to left. Ron Kittle on his horse, and he just runs it down. But it would be Kittle who would go down on strikes, and it cost him 2 since he flipped his bat at the home plate umpire. White Sox hang on to the lead, though, and they take it 3-2. Career win number 281 for Tom Seaver. One other American League game this afternoon. Toronto and Oakland tied at 1 now. That game is in the 9th inning. National League, Dodgers and Cubs. German Rivera up against Scott Sanderson.
Runner the pitch. There's a drive. It might be out of here. It could be. It is a home run. Rivera gets his first Major League home run.
That made it 3-0 Dodgers. Lots of new faces in Los Angeles these days. Orel Hershiser, K's Leon the Bull Durham, and then Sid Bream knocked in a pair of runs for L.A. Right now the game is in the 8th inning and the Dodgers lead it 6-0. Pirates beat the Giants 6-2. Everything else goes tonight. Last night in Denver, while Geraldine Ferraro was challenging him to a debate, Vice President George Bush was challenging his skills in an old-timers game. Bush still can pick him, as Tony Oliva will attest, just one of the many challenging demands on the office of Vice President, I suppose. Bay State games continue their weekend-long competition over at Boston College and other points in the city. A couple of events today, one of which was weightlifting. That's Bedford's Vinnie Caracci lifting in the super heavyweight division, which today was won by this guy, Frank Civittoni out of Norwood. Lots of athletes competing in this steamy weekend. In contrast to the powerlifting, how about some synchronized swimming? Footnote to the Bay State Games. Now, you can compete tomorrow night. Anybody can in a 10K road race. That'll start at 6 o'clock tomorrow night at the Museum of Science. Story out of Foxborough today is that the Patriots are trying to work out a deal to sign quarterback Tom Ramsey of the Oakland Invaders of the USFL. Down in Atlanta today at the Omni Davis Cup, USA against Argentina, quarterfinals. Doubles match today. John McEnroe, Peter Fleming, they're your Wimbledon champs, against Marty Heyday and Jose Louis Clerc. This one went 4 sets with McEnroe and Fleming finally putting the hammer down. Now, a year ago, Argentina sent the United States packing out of the tournament. Revenge today, though. 7-5, 4-6, 6-3, 6-1. The numbers read in favor of McEnroe and Fleming. And with that win, the United States advances to the semifinals. In Monaco today, junior middleweight bout between two guys looking to extend their careers. Wilfred Benitez and Davey Moore. Check out the first round shot.
Well, here he's now punching back, showing a little bit of offense. But there, a right hand coming over a left hand. And the referee now, no. The referee, no, I can't believe this. The referee, Gerlando Lucia, he has stopped the fight.
Benitez, a loser in 2 rounds, didn't even go halfway through that second round. So your winner is Davey Moore. Not really a fun way, I suppose, for Wilfred Benitez to spend a Saturday afternoon. I would rather have been out at the golf course.
Yeah, that's a tough course they're playing up there, huh?
Sure
in
is.
Peabody or Salem or wherever it is.
We'll have to go up there and attest to all that someday,
right.
I suppose.
So nobody's going to break par for the whole tournament?
No, I don't think so. No, 2 over is the best, and I mean, they've got to play, obviously, you know what the numbers will figure out to get somebody to be under par.
And they're still putting well. That's amazing. Tough course. Perfect weather and everything, too. And about weather, how about tomorrow, Bill?
We could break a record tomorrow. It looks as though we're going to be pushing the 96-degree record set way back in 1873. Great beach and boating weather, golf weather, just about perfect for any kind of activity. I don't see any relief from the heat wave until probably Tuesday. A heat wave is defined officially as 3 days in a row of 90 degrees or higher, and today was the 3rd day, and looks as though a couple more coming in.
I can certainly attest to all the people out at the beaches in Hull. Out there, wall-to-wall folks.
All right, the water's warming up slowly. It's been a cool summer until this point, but now it's starting to get a little more comfortable.
Well, yeah, this is what everybody wanted. You got it.
That's right.
No complaints.
That is our early report.
Field equivalent of trench warfare. A long, drawn-out conflict where the combatants spend most of their time watching, waiting, and worrying. With suddenness and ferocity, they spring into action, minds and bodies totally dedicated to this contest of strength and will. Through 2 long days and 10 exhausting events, the best athletes in the world struggle through one demanding test after another. They think they struggled for victory. But there are no victors. There are only survivors. In the decathlon, the victor has merely survived a little better than his opponents. Two men who survived at the highest possible level are Bob Mathias and Bruce Jenner. Mathias is the only man to win the Olympic decathlon twice. And Jenner's world record performance at Montreal in 1976 remains the standard in Olympic competition. These two magnificent competitors, each the supreme athlete of his generation, reached their similar goals in remarkably different ways. Beginning with the immortal Jim Thorpe in 1912 at Stockholm, American athletes proved their dedication to the decathlon's challenge by winning 10 of 15. In the London Games of 1948, Bob Mathias, a 17-year-old California schoolboy, is determined to be the decathlon's youngest winner, continuing the tradition of American champions. But the unknown factor is inexperience.
Talking about being inexperienced, let me tell you about the shot put in London. 16-pound shot, my first throw, probably the best throw I ever had. I threw it, and I stepped out in front of the circle. A red flag went down. The official said, the throw doesn't count. I said, why? I do this all the time at home. They said, in international rules, you have to step out behind the circle. That was inexperience. But I think inexperience really helped me in the overall game because I was loose, not nervous, and it probably helped me win the London Games.
At the end of an awesome two-day test, this young man has gained a lifetime of athletic experience as he struggles across the 1,500-meter finish in the dead of night to win. But he fails to set a world record. Exhausted in his victory, yet wanting even more, he vows to return 4 years later to make the world mark his as well. But no matter how long the preparation, no matter how dedicated the spirit, no matter how gifted the athlete, the outcome in any sports competition is never certain. Mathias, the overwhelming favorite at Helsinki, learns this early.
The biggest fear that I had leading up to the games was the possibility of an injury. I mean, and the ultimate fear was to actually get to the games healthy and then injure myself in the games. I mean, I had nightmares about it. It was absolutely terrible. It was terrible. And now I hear that you, in 52, going into the long jump on your third attempt, yanked your hamstring.
I did, the second event, and once you do that, mentally, it's pretty tough.
But visions of a world record spur him into battle. Knowing Mathias is injured, his competitors strive to gain on the man they must beat. But Mathias holds his own. Time after time, they challenge him at the heights. Mathias triumphs over them all. They bombard the field with their strongest efforts. But Mathias conquers them all. Suddenly, Mathias falters. His opponents outdistance him by far. training, ability, even will are not enough. Can he find anything more?
Bob, in both your Olympic Games, 48 and 52, you got an emotional lift from outside yourself, from another source. In 48, it happened in the high jump, but in 52, it was right here in the javelin.
Yes, it was. It's amazing. In the decathlon, you only get 3 throws. Right. That's all. So the first 2 throws I had, you know, not bad, but not the best ever. Now, back the runway here, the javelin, and right as I started my run down the runway, somebody in the stands, some California person said, "Follow through, Bob."
And he does, beating his best throw at London by almost 10 yards. The second decathlon win and a new world record are finally his. Bob Mathias has given the most overwhelming, dominating performance ever witnessed in this event.
As a fighter, you like to be a little bit hungry, but you don't want the kind of hungry that's in your stomach. You want the kind of hungry that's in your heart. Snickers satisfies you. When you hit a Snickers bar, get you over to that next meal, you feel much better.
Packed with fresh peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate. Satisfies you. Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
This Snickers bar here is a super heavyweight bar.
Official snack food of the 1984 Olympic Games.
I picked up this bulletin about PMS, premenstrual syndrome, from my doctor. And I learned what I can do for real relief. I can take Primusin PMS. It has the only combination of ingredients clinically proven safe and effective for relief of premenstrual tension, cramps, and bloating, and is available without prescription. Primusin PMS, maximum strength to relieve the symptoms of premenstrual syndrome. Primusin PMS.
Your eyes are about to deceive you. Here comes Fujifilm with color pictures so true to life, it's a real breakthrough. New Fuji HR 1600 film. Fuji's advanced technology has developed the fastest, most light-sensitive color print film in the world. For sharp pictures with true color, under more conditions than any other film made. Get extraordinary Fuji films and get the true picture. Fuji, the official film and color paper of the Los Angeles Olympics.
If this is what you've been getting from your doctor's office, let HealthStop Personal Physician Care give you what you want. HealthStop is conveniently located in your neighborhood, and we provide personal physician care by qualified doctors and trained staff for illnesses, minor injuries, and regular routine care. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 365 days a year. Appointments are never necessary. When your family needs medical care, visit HealthStop.
Locations include Brookline, Everett, and Hyannis.
At Munich in 1972, Bruce Jenner has entered his first Olympic decathlon. Virtually unnoticed, he finishes 10th. Nikolai Avalov of the Soviet Union wins the gold. But Jenner is determined that in 1976, he will be standing in Avalov's place.
Bruce, when I was training, a coach actually trained me, but you had the great opportunity of really working out with world-class athletes in all the 10 decathlon events. Do you think that's a good way to do it? Do you think it helped you out a lot?
Well, I'll tell you right now, you know I trained with old Bertha Lou, my dog.
Oh, yes.
She is going to be very honored that you called her a world-class athlete.
Yeah, what did she teach you?
She taught me everything.
No kidding.
Most loyal coach I ever had. No, I was very fortunate living in the San Jose area. We had 9 people on the Olympic team from about a 5-mile radius from my house. We had 3 gold medals, a silver and a bronze. Just from, we placed, I think, 5th or 6th as a country in track and field. Did very well, and it really helped out an awful lot. Being able to train with all those guys. I just basically ran around town and did everybody's workout with them. And I got, although I wasn't coached in the sense of I had somebody looking over me telling me what to do, I really feel like I was the best coach guy out there because I had such tremendous knowledge from these guys. I mean, everyone, they're the best in the world at what they do, and they can teach you a lot of different things. And yeah, it had a tremendous effect on me because, as you know, the decathlon is an event of really 10 separate events that you have to learn how to do and do them well. And you have to be very proficient nowadays in all of them. And training with all these guys, it rubbed off on you.
Learning from the best pays off. Jenner arrives at Montreal, holder of the world decathlon record. The world now awaits the impending duel between the American challenger and the Soviet champion, Nikolai Avalov. For both, win or lose, this will be their final, their ultimate struggle. And so the duel begins, each man acutely aware of the other's pervasive presence. Each completely fills the other's universe. Jenner achieves his personal best in the first 3 events and leads the struggling Avalov. But virtually unnoticed, the West German, Guido Kratschmer, has slipped into first place. But Bruce Jenner is confident. He will not be denied and wins the high jump with yet another personal best. The 400 meters is the 5th and last event of the day. Like a cheetah running down his prey, Jenner triumphs over them all. Senses the inevitable.
During one of the 10 events, there's some point where you get that feeling within you that you're going to win the whole thing. What event was it that, if any, if you had that feeling?
The 100 meters.
The 100 meters, that's the first event.
Yeah, I was running well. I ran a 10:94 100 meters, and I was, that was ahead of my schedule. That's a little better than I thought I was going to do. Electric timing was the fastest I'd ever done. Plus, Avilov ran an 11:2, so I was ahead of him. I expected I would tie with him. Kratschmer ran a 10:7, which I expected him to be around 10:5. So I was way ahead of the game right there. And I thought if my speed is on that, well, everything's going to start clicking. The quarter's going to be good. The long jump's going to be good. So right down there, deep inside, I said to myself that, you know, I just pulled the games off.
But the next day, it rains. Jenner withdraws into himself. Still in 3rd place, this last day must be his day. His alone. His to win. Alone. But the first event, the hurdles, is his 1 week event, and it will be run on a wet and slippery track. There are no thoughts of personal records here. Survival will be quite enough. Continues his world record-breaking assault with a 1st place in the discus. Kratschmer makes his first vault. Avalov makes his first vault. But Jenner is confident. He clears the bar effortlessly. The Competitors begin to falter as the slender barrier is raised even higher. Kretschmer has reached his limit. Abeloff can climb no farther. Jenner needs only one vault to take the lead. He misses once, twice. He has one attempt left. 10 years of struggle compressed into this one moment. After 8 events, first place at last is his to hold. The javelin is not his best event, but he does his best. Jenner commands the lead. With only the 1,500-meter race left to run, Bruce Jenner is virtually assured his golden reward. All he must do is finish the race. But Jenner does more than merely finish. His incredible closing drive ensures not only Olympic triumph, but like Bob Mathias before him, a new world record.
You know, all these decathletes are really getting to be world-class competitors. All their marks are really, really up there, almost to the world record. And I haven't told you this before, but I was in Montreal in '76, and I was a guy cheering you on for your fantastic 1,500 meter when you ran a 4:12. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that, but now I remember. Section 2B, right up in the corner now.
That was me. How'd you do that, Bruce? That's a great time for a decathlon.
Well, you know, the decathlon has become so competitive, Bob. You have to be proficient in all 10 events. There's just no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to run, jump, and throw. You got to be able to train for them. And it's not that all the decathlon men nowadays are masochists. I mean, they just love to train and they work so hard. It's really just because the nature of the event.
Bruce, what do you think about the ultimate in decathlon? Do you believe there is an ultimate score?
Oh, I don't believe there's an ultimate at all. I think the only thing we're limited by is mentally how far we can go. I think we can score 9,000 points. I think, in fact, the current guys, top guys right now, Daley Thompson and Jürgen Hinkson, are both capable of scoring 9,000 points.
Yeah, I certainly agree.
But it's those mental barriers, and they'll always be broken.
I would imagine the 9,000 points in a decathlon score is like breaking a 4-minute mile. Once you do it,
yes,
everybody mentally can then do it.
Look at the pole vault. Every sporting event, there's an example. The pole vault, 19 feet, they couldn't break it. All of a sudden, one guy goes 19 feet. Next week, 5 guys go it. There's only mental barriers in sports, and it's the same thing in the decathlon. It's only a mental barrier, and you have to be able to get all your resources down inside to come out physically, mentally, emotionally, to come out to do something like, to do a performance like that.
Well, listen, the games aren't that far away. If you're willing, I'm willing. Let's try for that 9,000 points. What do you think?
I think the two of us together nowadays couldn't even add up 9,000 points. If you ran half the events and I ran the other half, we couldn't get it, big guy. But that's all right. We'll leave it to the young kids.
That's right. Leave them up to the Daley Thompsons of the world.
That's right. They can have it. We had our day.
I'm wanted. What for, Sheriff? I'm just a 49er looking for a little gold.
You'll see. Shave off.
Ideals, an Olympic performance. It is the golden connection shared by those who triumph in these magnificent games. It is a story that each athlete has to tell. It's the golden thread that connects us all.
Golf course long enough, you find out the darndest things about some players. For instance, Amy Alcott spends much of her time off the course as a short order cook at the Butterfly Bakery. Now, I'm not kidding. Flipping burgers will be a snap after hacking through Salem for a week. Nonetheless, though, Alcott shares the lead at the Open with Donna White after 3 rounds. They're both at 2 over par. Now, if you break par at Salem, you're in a small pack. Only 3 golfers had that honor today. None of them are in the hunt, though. As for Alcott, a double bogey for her on 6, a bird on 7, and then she crawled back on top of the pile by setting herself up for bird on 14 and cashing in to leave her at 1 over. Penny Pulse. Remember her? She shared the lead heading into today's round. She tiptoed her way to a round of 78 today. Meanwhile, Donna White, who had back surgery in October, buried a putt on 16 to take the lead by 2.
Look at that. What a beautiful putt.
Ooh, wasn't that pretty? So Rosie Jones goes to +3.
Alcott saved par on 18 to leave her tied with White, both at 2 over. You can watch the final 9 holes right here on Channel 5
It would be
tomorrow.
like a dream come true. This is something that I think every woman golfer always dreams about as a junior. I can remember practice putting, saying I've got this putt to win the Open, so I would be very thankful to win it.
What's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'm going to put the ball on the ground, tee it up, and rip it.
Okay, here's how they'll head into tomorrow's final round. Alcott and White tied at the top. Rosie Jones a shot back at 219, and Ayako Okamoto is 2 shots off the pack. Mass Amateur crowned itself a champ out in Pittsfield today. Fall River's Jimmy McDermott got by Marshfield's Jeff Sisk 2-1. Red Sox and Mariners are out in the Kingdome. They're in the 4th inning, and Seattle leads the Red Sox by the score of 4-0. Out in Minneapolis tonight, a record crowd to watch the Tigers and Twins. Check this play out. Howard Johnson doesn't have a clue that Mickey Hatcher has turned his back, but watch the bouncing ball. Hatcher doesn't, and he's out. Twins lead it 2-1 in the 6th until Lance Parrish unloads with a shot the wrong way. Tigers go up 3-2. Minnesota 6, though. Randy Bush takes Milt Wilcox deep into the football press box. Twins take it back 4-3. That's how it stands right now in the 9th. Baltimore this afternoon, Orioles and White Sox, 3rd inning. Julio Cruz takes Flanagan the wrong way into the seats for a home run. White Sox up 1-0. Baltimore handcuffed all day by Tom Seaver. He hasn't tossed in Baltimore since the '69 World Series when he was a Met. Orioles tied the game at 1, but Harold Baines unties it with 1 swipe off Flanagan. First time he's ever got a hit off Flanagan. 2-1 White Sox, and the Orioles' 4th defensive play of the game. Ron Kittle goes a hunting after Kenny Singleton's fall away, and he hangs on. The White Sox do as well. They take it 3-2. Rest of them now. Red Sox losing, Tigers losing, the Orioles lose. Toronto slips by Oakland. Yankees 4-1 winners over Kansas City. Cleveland shuts out Texas. Milwaukee and California are scoreless in the 2nd. National League, the red-hot New York Mets are in Atlanta tonight against the Braves. Bruce Berendi, a 2-hitter tonight with relief help from Tom Gorman. 15 hits for the Mets tonight, 3 ribbies for Keith Hernandez, who had a double in this 2-run shot. Mets have now won 8 straight, 7-0 tonight, the final over the Braves. This afternoon at Wrigley Field, Dodgers and Cubs. Check your scorecard for these names. That's Herman Rivera taking Scott Sanderson deep for L.A., his first Major League home run, 3-0 Dodgers. Cubs sent out for help, though, but forget it. Orel Hershiser on the hill for L.A. Strikes out 9, gives up just 2 hits. Another name, Sid Bream, brings in a pair of runs. That made it 5-0. Dodgers going to the minors to get the job done. They take it 8-0. This afternoon is the final. The rest of them now. Phillies slipped by the Astros. Montreal 6-2 over Cincinnati. Pittsburgh, same deal over San Francisco. In St. Louis tonight, Cards and Padres, 6th inning. St. Louis hit San Diego for 5. 2 come home on David Green's shot to left center off Timmy Lawler. Now, Tommy Herr is home easily. George Hendrick has to do it the hard way, and he just barely makes it. Cards up 6-1. They go to the 9th inning. Greg Nettles takes Bruce Sutter deep to right, and all of a sudden the Padres were within 1 at 7-6. But Suter gets Steve Garvey to ground to second and gets Alan Wiggins to try something foolish. Cards survive in the ninth. 7-6 is the final. To tennis now. Down in Newport today, Tim Mayotte worked his way into the Hall of Fame final with a 2-set win over John Sardry. He'll meet Vijay Armitraz, he of Octopussy fame, for the title tomorrow. Down in Atlanta at the Omni today, Davis Cup match doubles. The Wimbledon champs John McEnroe, Peter Fleming against the Argentinian duo of Marty Heyday and Jose Louis Clerc. This one went 4 sets with Fleming and McEnroe putting the heat on. Now, last year, it was Argentina that eliminated the United States. McEnroe and Fleming turned that around today, though. 7-5, 4-6, 6-3, 6-1 in favor of Mac and Fleming. Now, with that win, the United States moves on to the Davis Cup semi-finals. Football news. Watch the bouncing ball. There we go. Okay, football news. Patriots rookies worked out in Smithfield today. Story out of camp as well today, too. The Patriots are looking into the feasibility of signing Tom Ramsey of the Oakland Invaders, who was drafted by the Patriots this spring. In Monte Carlo today, junior middleweight bout Davey Moore sends Wilfred Benitez to the floor in a hurry in the first round. Benitez survived the first but did not make the second.
But here he's now punching back, showing a little bit of offense. But there, a right hand coming over a left hand. And the referee now, no. The referee, no, I can't believe this. The referee, Gerlando Lucia, he has stopped the fight.
I believe it, Chris. The only other man to knock Benitez out, Sugar Ray Leonard in '79. Benitez has now lost 3 straight fights, and the reality that the end is here may well be setting in. Bay State games still have one more day to go. Today's events spread out all over the city. This is weightlifting, super heavyweight division won by Norwood's Frank Civatone. Other winners in weightlifting, Mark Mellette of Lowell and Norm Meltzer of Framingham. But not all of today's events consisted of grunts and groans.
Field, where last night's opening ceremonies took place. Today's action took place anywhere from BU and BC to MIT and Harvard, including everything from weightlifting and wrestling to track and field, and yes, synchronized swimming. The games continue tomorrow at BU with the hoop finals from 12 to 6, swimming at MIT, as well as more soccer at BC and BU from 10 in the morning to 8 in the evening. Well, the Russians may be a no-go for the Summer Olympics, which is too bad because check out Sergei Bubka. This guy, in London, he breaks his own pole vault record, 19 feet, 4.5 inches. It's not a name you always like to repeat, but I can remember this guy's name. I think he breaks his own record about every month or so. Sergei Bubka.
Great name.
Glad he won't be coming to L.A., right?
That's right.
The Olympic Villages were officially opened today out in Los Angeles. Mayor Tom Bradley doing the honors at the Olympic Village at UCLA. Chinese triple jumper Zhu Zhenjiang was the first athlete to enter the village. There's a trivia question for you. The other 2 Olympic villages are at USC and at UC Santa Barbara. Security was tight, and it will be throughout the games, but the 7,800 athletes attending will be able to head to the disco, play video games, and when they get hungry, there's 470,000 pounds of meat in the freezer, and I would say that's good enough for a few midnight snacks.
Fess up. He really doesn't have shoes on. Your feet are
No,
really swollen from tennis, right?
Right.
Is that what it was?
Actually,
all that hard?
Harvey and Yaz played very well today. Put it that way.
And you're paying, he's paying the price tonight.
Okay. And